Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Okay, so the countdown clock keeps ticking. Is today the day Joe finally says, I can't do this? If rumors that we heard at the end of the week are true, we might get some good news today. I don't know about anybody else, but I've had this feeling of hope for a few days, of optimism, which for a prepper is not normal, that there may be a chance to turn things around, that we may actually put an end to this national nightmare. I'm hoping a lot of other people do too, but it's kind of funny how desperate some people, I'm not just saying politicians, I'm saying some of the public, are to keep things status quo. That, oh my God, we've got to keep the globalist liberal agenda going because it's the only thing that's going to save democracy. Kiss my ass. Okay. I read an interesting story yesterday that 1 in 3 Democrats believe Trump choreographed the assassination attempt a week ago. That it was all planned, that he wanted to gain sympathy, that he wanted to get more popular. I'm sorry. They can call us conspiracy theorists all they want. Problem is, a lot of what we all say comes true. So, the difference between conspiracy theory and conspiracy fact is about 6 weeks. 1/3 of Democrats believe that Trump staged all this, that he actually said, gee, let's get a guy to shoot at me, and oh gee, if a couple of people in the crowd die, that's okay. This is actually what media personality, talking heads are actually putting out when you get the Joy Reids, the Keith Olbermanns. They're saying this stuff. This is deranged. I mean, these people need to be committed. That's insane. There's nobody in the world, or let's put it this way, unless you're suicidal, nobody in the world is going, gee, you know what? Take a shot at me, but you're so good, just hit the tip of my ear. Right? This is what they're saying. You have to understand that the left is so desperate and they have nothing positive to say. All they can do is tell us lies, one after another after another. And they believe this stuff. I mean, how many times have we heard in the last week, even especially during the convention, Trump never mentioned Project 2025. J.D. Vance never mentioned Project 2025. I mean, come on, the vice president was saying this. The president was saying this. Members of Congress were saying this when they were bitching about the Republican convention, that they never mentioned it. Well, they never mentioned Disneyland either, okay? For good reason. It has nothing to do with the campaign. Project 2025 is, no doubt, a presidential agenda that was written for conservatives. It was written by the Heritage Foundation, a outspoken group of never Trumpers. Okay, first off, these people do not want Trump to win. And it includes a national abortion plan, to end public education, to enforce 2 genders, to end programs on climate change, to do a mass deportation of immigrants. There's many things in there that, yes, are part of the actual presidential outline for what he's going to do. Agenda 47, which is the actual true platform of the Republican Party. But it's funny how they talk about ending Social Security, No, these are not part of Trump's plan. Trump has said over and over and over and over and over again that he does not endorse this plan. If you go line item, Trump has specifically said that he is not instituting a national abortion plan, and that is not his objective. To kick it back to the states, like the Supreme Court's already done, is what his objective is. Good. That's fair. End of story. Done. Okay? The issue is no longer on the ballot, but it's all the Democrats have. They have to talk about abortion because they have nothing else to talk about. Ending public education? I actually kind of support this one. There was something I saw yesterday that the government pays roughly $15,000 a year per student in the public education system. And somebody said, well, why can't we give that money to parents? You have 2 kids, here's $30,000 a year, educate your own kids. Okay? Or you could have somebody in the neighborhood start a micro school. You know what? Get 10 kids that you teach every day. You pay $150,000. Okay. Hey, there's a good idea. Enforcing 2 genders. Whatever happened to follow the science? Because science proves there are 2 genders. I think that would be a good thing. Climate change, ending all that would be a good thing. I'm not going to disagree. Climate change is a complete farce. There is no truth to it whatsoever. And I'm still waiting for somebody to explain to me how writing a check is going to save the climate. Oh, you can buy carbon credits. And what do you do with the money? Oh, we're going out for a steak dinner tonight. Really? I mean, what is there? Mother Nature got some sort of ATM going, well, if we put in $100,000, you'll reduce the effect of climate change, right? Okay, stupid. Mass deportation of illegals? Yeah. Okay, sorry, we need that. End of story. Not only the 11 million that have come in now, but every one of the freaking dreamers, every single person that is here without a visa, without a green card, who isn't a citizen, needs to go bye-bye. You go back, I mean, this will give you the other stupid idea. Because we hear all the talks of, oh, we've got to pay reparations for slavery, right? We've heard that for a couple of years now. Because, oh, slavery's so bad, which I agree, it was. Remember the side, if you will, the party that wanted to end slavery. That was the Republicans. Remember the party that wanted to keep slavery going. That was the Democrats. What do the Democrats want to do now? They just want to make the 21st century version of slavery. They're just going to replace blacks with Hispanics. Remember, how many quotes have you heard? Who's going to pick your vegetables? Who's going to clean your house? Remind me of the jobs that slaves had back in the 1800s? Picking the cotton, picking the vegetables, cleaning the house. Sounds eerily similar. Okay? Project 2025 has nothing to do with the Trump administration. They've disavowed it. Even some of the media, even the left-wing media has reported that Trump said this is not his plan. But they'll still talk about it. And people believe the lies. You watch every one of these man on the street things and they ask people, why do you hate Donald Trump? And none of them have an answer with any sort of factual information. It's just, well, he's a threat to our democracy. How? Or they quote something like this that he's not supporting. It's not part of his plan. 1 in 3 Democrats. Okay. So that means 1 in 3 Democrats, and the Democrats and Republicans are each about 30% of the American public. Okay. So if 1 in 3, so that means about 10% of the population is hardcore Joe Biden, whatever Potato Joe says is gospel. Okay. The other 90% hopefully can think. It's still a sad state for our country. It's what gives me optimism. It's what tells me the entire public isn't stupid. Sure, they say Trump is dominating in this state by 5 points. He's winning, 52 to 47. And I'm still thinking to myself, that still means half of this country believes every one of the lies. Sure, there's people out there who will vote for RFK or vote for Biden just because they don't like Trump. Maybe their application to be on The Apprentice was turned down. Maybe they don't like his mean tweets. They hurt my feelings. BFD. I care less what somebody says about me. So what? You don't like me? I really don't care. It's fine. Trump's pretty much the same way. He'll do anything for anybody. You don't want his help? Okay. There's plenty of people that do. There's plenty of people that want to see this country get back on the right track. One man can't do it by himself, there's no question. But one man can lead the masses to doing it. You look at yesterday and the rally in Grand Rapids, and estimates where there were anywhere from 12,000 to 20,000 people. It filled a hockey stadium. In Michigan, Joe couldn't get 600 people in a high school gym last week. Tell me which way this election is leaning. The people have had it. The public has had it. They don't want 57 genders. They don't want endless wars. They don't want 20+% inflation that we've had over Joe's presidency. They don't want people coming into this country and illegally getting paid twice as much as somebody who worked for 40 years and is collecting Social Security. Yeah, that's true. Okay. The illegals are getting $2,500 checks, and the average American gets somewhere around $1,500 in Social Security. Okay. Getting your own money back, but they get more of it than you do. That makes a whole lot of sense. Equity doesn't work. Okay. You want to come to the United States, I'm all for it. Okay. Do it legally. Period. You're a political asylee? Okay. Explain why. Oh, international law also says the first country you get to that's safe, that's where you get asylum. So unless you're claiming political asylum from either Mexico or Canada, goodbye. Simply put, you don't meet the test. When we cut off the checks, when we start telling everybody, you're going home, or you're going just back to Mexico and you can figure it out from there, we'll get our country back. This week, I'm optimistic that that's going to happen. A lot of things will happen between now and November. But for the first time in a long time, I have, and I'm sensing other people do too, a little bit of optimism in their life, and that's a good thing. Pinball out.